Welcome back, folks. With me, Phil 2 Real. We're watching part 6 of the East 2 playthrough, and we just made it to Ramia Village. And Ramia Village has its own fair misfortunes, just like the Colony of Lava and Lance Village. And Ramia Village, as as Karen's about to explain, her daughter has been kidnapped, very much like Lilia. And the unfortunate thing is when a bell is tolled in Solomon's Shrine, that means a sacrifice has been made, and she's thinking it could be Maria. And then also she had a wedding dress made for Maria, which we're about to hear a little bit about their story. But Ramiro Village, pretty awesome place for the last town we're going to basically be based out in. One of the things that we'll notice is it used to be a thriving temple town, as that last person I talked to said, but given what happened with the demons in Solomon's Shrine, the whole town's been living in the shadows of demons and also what they've been doing. And that treasure chest that's in Hudet's house, we can't open it yet. He's going to open it for us later. In this cemetery where all these sacrifices, not the bodies, but the names of the sacrifices. They couldn't find the bodies. There's two special headstones here. There's Donna, which if you played Ys 8, that might be a cameo, but this game came out way before Ys 8, I believe. And then the far left one is Keith, the Just and Righteous. And Keith, if you've been paying attention a little bit to the story from Burnedbless, is the name of the green demon that helped out Tarf break out of the prison that was in Burnedbless. Could it be Keith? Could it not be Keith? Well, I don't want to spoil it for you, so we'll find out later. But Reese lets us know that Reg's house, which is in the northern part of town, has a water well that is refreshing. It can heal us and all that good stuff. So it's a heal spot, very much like Lance Village had Benoa and Lilia's house. You could rest there. Reg's house, you can drink from that fountain, or well, I should say, and you can heal. And there's three main spots in this village that we're going to visit frequently. Zelem's weapon shop right here, which we're going to buy a hyper cutter for 10,000 gold, and it's a good investment. So just go ahead and buy it, because the other two swords we're going to find. And if you try to buy the longsword, she makes a very interesting comment. Let's see. Yeah, you're gonna buy the sword after coming all this way? Well, it's 1,000 gold, but we already got it, so we're not gonna do it. And the other the other piece of armor we can buy that's an upgrade is the reflex armor, but that I believe costs 18,000 gold, so we can't buy that yet. The best thing to do is to come in here with I would say like 30,000 gold would be a safe. I'm not sure if the reflex is 18 or 20,000, but I'm leaning towards 18,000, but I could be wrong. And then Hadit's house to the south is a very big, important spot, because we're going to have to be going there for plot, and then also to get an armor upgrade, which is also plot. And then Reg's house, which is to the right of where I'm currently at. And Reg's house is also important for plot reasons and also to heal. So those are the three most important spots in Reg Village, Ramiro Village. And so we're going to be introduced to Grotto, which is right here. And Grotto is going to explain that when he had a dream about 3 days ago, about two ladies who said that red-haired swordsman would soon come to Ramiro Village, and he needs to help this red-haired swordsman. And he explains that on the other side of this gate is another gate that the demons are guarding as well, so we can't really bust in that way without prior proper thinking and a plan. And he also talks about his friend Sada, who went through the gate to go save Maria, who's his fiance, Sada's fiance. And Grotto's trying to talk him out of it, and Sada's very much in love with his fiance. I don't blame him. And he's not going to let Maria die. And he's like, "Get out of my way, Grotto!" And then he just knocks him out of the way. Bah! And then goes through the gate, and he apologizes. He can't let Maria die, and he tells Grotto to make sure the gate stays shut. He's going to try to be the main character of the story, but we know full darn well that He's just a side character, and we are the main character. Adol the Red. So he's going to inform us that we need to go talk to Sada's father, Hada, and then he's to the south. I'm going to get a little bit lost here, but he's this log cabin house, which is there to the left. And then you can examine the plaques outside the doors if you want to know where it's whose house is what. But yeah, this is it. This is Ramia Village, and the crew berries here will actually respawn really quickly. So if you need to get more crew berries to give out to people for flavor text for the gifts, or to get the edible items that we're going to get here in a few minutes. There's also a marl flower over there to the left of that abandoned house. So here's Hadit's house, and he's going to be a bit surprised that we want to go into Solomon's Shrine, and then because he hears that we want to go there of our own free will, he wants us to save his son Sada, because his son's in possession of a rare family heirloom, a sword, which is also the end game sword that we need to beat the game. So of course we're going to agree to help because that's the right thing to do, and we're the hero, and heroes don't turn tail and flee. So he's going to give us a Leah shell, and a Leah shell in Ease is very much like a telephone of sorts, so we can put it to our ear and I guess dial help and get Hadit to give us some hints and such, which I believe that's how you navigate some of the puzzles in Solomon's Shrine, but I already know more or less what to do, so we're not going to be using that Lily shell at all. And then since we told Grotto that we visit Hadit, and he gave us a Lily shell, and that's kind of like our proof to show, hey, we got the village elder's blessings. He's going to let us go through there, but we're going to go collect some items. So we're going to go to Lance Village, and in Lance Village we're going to restock up on some herbs, and we're going to talk to Teo there in the brown hair right in front of the village elder's home, and we're going to recollect one of the items. Earlier, well, off camera, I actually lost some of the footage, so I had to replay the game I had to refight Garlidi in Burnedbless. That boss, I'm probably mispronouncing the name, so I had to re-record all that, so I didn't get the rare meat on this time that you're watching me play, but just in case you forget where it's at least you'll see that. But we already have the meat pie. The meat pie is found on the lower left end of Lance Village. The little girl's taking care of the Picard. She has the meat pie, and same thing as what I'm doing with Teo. If you give her or Teo a certain amount of items, I think it's only like 5 items, they will give us an edible item. In the case of Teo, he's going to give us cooked meat. And in the case of that little girl on the lower left that's taking care of the Picards, she gives us a meat pie. And so, come on, Teo, give me it. Smoked meat. So we get smoked meat, not cooked meat. And then once we do this, I'm going to go back and collect some items, and then I'm going to jump cut to the colony of lava, and we're going to go and get that raw meat from Nash, which is right here by the well. So let's go ahead and equip some apples, and we'll give him those apples. In hindsight, I should have given him the crew berries first. Well, I think I'd give him the apples and the crew berries, I think. And then the last person that we're going to get the last edible item with this, there's only 4, is Zalem. And Zalem, I believe, takes the most items to get the crewberry pie from, or get the crewberry pie. So that's 3. So now what we can do is we're going to go back to Ramia Village, but I'm going to jump cut and I'll have all my items stocked up. That's the thing, except for the crewberries, I believe. So let's go ahead and get those crewberries. And once we get the meat pie, we're gonna go. Ooh, what are you doing? Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh no, I'm trying to get the crewberries to respawn. Okay. So now we're gonna go up here and we're gonna give her a lot. And she's probably thinking, "Why are you ringing my doorbell so many times, you jerk?" So we're gonna give her all our merle flowers, all our crewberries, and then I believe one more item, and then we're gonna get the crewberry pot. So awesome. So let's just give these items to her. And then she kind of makes some interesting comments about how, as Adol's giving her items, he might be making his true love jealous, which, you know, we all know it's Fina. Okay, I know it's Fina. You might disagree with me, but I can just imagine Fina like, Adol, I'm so jealous. But, you know, it's for healing items, Fina, so, you know, don't be too salty. We need that crewberry pie. I believe the crewberry pie, it will fully restore your MP, I believe. Or it'll just restore everything, I imagine. So we'll go ahead and get out of here, and we're gonna go. Let's see here what we're gonna do next. I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to Reg's house and we're gonna heal. So this is Reg's house, and he's a scholar, and he's bored out of his mind because now he can't go to Solomon's Shrine and go adventuring in there and finding trinkets and learning history about Ease and all that. But if you go down to this basement and you examine the well, you'll drink from it, and then you'll be fully restored, as you'll see there. So a little awesome thing. So we'll go back up here, and whenever I go back into Reg's house to heal, I'm going to jump cut to when I exit the house, because that way you don't see that whole sequence of me having to climb down and all that. So yeah. So now we'll go into Solomon's Shrine, which has a pretty awesome track in my opinion, but I like the second version track more, or the second track at the very end. So the only way to get through Solomon's Shrine is you have to turn into a room and talk to the gatekeepers, or the gatekeeper. I guess Arnold Schwarzenegger like wrote the text for the gatekeepers. Yeah, we're going to convince them that we killed Adol, and then we need to go in there to present his stuff. And the gatekeepers let us know that we need to go talk to Zava. And then she's in the northern section, or she's based out of the Mesa, I think Mesa sector, and the 3rd floor, and then we need to go and tell her, and it's going to just lead to a giant chain where we need to go here and then go there. And Solomon's Shrine is one giant labyrinth, but there's 4 main sections to Solomon's Shrine on the surface. It's this center part, and then to the east, and then to the west, and then to the far north, and then it'll have its own little like section, so you exit, it'll black out, you'll enter there. And yeah, so it's big, but it's divided into sections. So here we go east, we're going to end up going into the Mesa sector, and then Gamma sector is here as well. And yeah, so we need to go here, and we're going to find out that the only way to get into that section is it's protected by another gatekeeper. And you can kill the gatekeeper, but it's not going to open it. He needs to open it of his own free will. So we need to go there. So we need to find Zalva's room, which is going to be on the 3rd floor of this building. And if you talk to these monsters as a root, they give you a lot of good information. Give you hints on what to do, all that good stuff. So that's the main thing about this section. If you follow the way I'm going, you'll open this chest and you'll get 2,000 gold, which is really, really, really nice. So now we're going to go and find Zalva's room. There'll be a very unique monster in there that is very tough to kill, even with the hyper cutter. But we'll talk about that room when we get there. So just follow along. Just remember, it's on the 3rd floor of this building. So we're going to need to get back onto the 2nd floor, because right now we're currently on the 1st, not the 3rd. So we're going to climb up, exit, and there should be a staircase that we can climb up here. Man, I love the guitar in this track. Solomon's Shrine has some of the best music. So we talk here. The guard says, "This is Mistress Zava's room." And Adol's like, "I got you. I'm gonna kill all y'all. I'm gonna go take out Zava." Turn into a room, and you're gonna find out that's not Zava. That's a worker for Zava. And this monster actually tells us that she's in the northern reception hall right now, and they're in a conference to learn how to deal, or talk about how to deal with Adol. But Adol is here. You're gonna take some sweet revenge for all the people they hurt. As you saw there, that monster gave out like at least 200 experience. And I jump cutted because I grind that monster out till I got to level 35. You can stay there and grind for quite a bit, but level 35 is good enough for my purposes. That's the gatekeeper I'm talking about. If you kill him, he's not going to open the gate. He needs to open the gate, and then we can proceed to unalive him. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Gemma Sector, and we're going to go to the far south of Gemma Sector. This is going to lead to a dead end, so don't go here. And as you can see here, it's this this whole Solomon Shrine is a bit confusing at first, but once you got the gist of it, you kind of know how to proceed. But it does take some time. I had to practice this section a few times before I felt confident enough to do it and then record without having too many hiccups. So if you keep going south here, you're going to hit some water, and then from the water you're going to go left, and then the last door as you go down that way will be where the receptionist to get a pass to go into that gated area. So return to Rue here, we go in here, and we're going to talk to this receptionist monster. And we're going to tell him that we need to talk to Zalvo because we need to talk to her regarding Adol. Because, again, we're still selling the lie that we killed Adol. I imagine by now, word's gotten around like, hey, we're losing monsters left and right by Adol. He's not dead. The Rue's lying. So we get a pass. And then we're going to go ahead and go back to that gate where the purple guard is. Turn into Rue, and then we're going to convince him that, hey, we have clearance to talk to Zalva Lister or else. I mean, what do you think a Rue's going to do? Rue's not just going to magically turn into Adol and just murderize everything in sight, right? It's probably what the guy's thinking. So we're going to go back up. We're going to backtrack to that section. And then go down. Then we're going to go left. Go down here, turn to a Rue. Go north. I'm so hungry, I could eat me a good old-fashioned Rue burger. No, we're not going to get eaten. So talk to him, and then he'll let us go through the northern section, which is the facts sector. It's all about the facts. This isn't the opinion center. It's just facts. Okay, there's 3 sections here. There's a northern building, which we're going to visit to get an item. There's a center section, which is where Zalva is, and there's a eastern section, which is what leads to the subterranean canal, which I'm just going to call the sewers now. And so we're going to get the Ease Ring, not the Ease Ring with the YS, but the Ring of Ease, which is going to allow us, I'm never going to use it, but what it does is it halves your MP consumption, which is very nice, but because once you get enough MP, and your MP regenerates, I don't really see the point of using it, but some people might get a better use out of it than me. But that first staircase I was going down, that's the staircase you want to go down to advance plot. This right here leads into the subterranean canal, which we don't have a key to open. We need to get the key from the future escapees that we're going to learn about. The escapees we're going to learn about in about a minute or two. So we got one more thing to do here before. No, we got to go talk to. We need to go find Zalva and learn some stuff, and then we're going to go to the western side of the shrine. So it's a lot about going here, going there, going here, going there, and that's the thing I don't like about Solomon Shrine. But I would take this over what we're going to have to deal with later in the canal system or the sewer section. So you're going to need to turn into a Rue to get, well, you don't need to turn to a Rue to gain access, but you can equip the Whisper Earrings and overhear this whole conversation. And they're basically just going to talk about how sacrifices have escaped, and they escaped with the shrine key. And if Adol gets his hands on it, it's going to cause all sorts of problems. So we do want to get our hands on that key so we can cause all sorts of problems. And then even if we make it to the western section, there's no way they're going to let us through because, for one thing, we're Adol, and even if we weren't Adol, we need a password to get in. So now we know the password. It's Mika, M-I-K-A. So now we know where we have to go. We can advance plot. So we're going to have to go back to the entrance of the shrine. But I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to backtrack. I'm going to use the return magic to go back to Ramia Village and to upgrade my armor to the reflex armor. So that'll be a very nice upgrade. I'm going to go to Zelem's to get the reflex armor, and then when I exit, Well, I'm going to jump cut to getting healed at Reg's, and then so you're going to see me come out of Reg's house, not Zelem's. But yeah, so we're going to go and get our armor. And let's see if I was right, if it was 18 or 20. Oh, it's 16. Oh, well, okay. It was cheaper than what I thought. And I believe the shield that goes with this armor, this 4th tier of armor, is actually the iron shield. And that's going to be inside Solomon's Shrine. If memory serves, it's in Davi's sector, I believe. So now we have everything. We're going to turn back into a Rue, and I'm sure these guards are going to be thinking, it's you again. What are you doing here? Yeah, I was distracted. Okay. So go back in there and tell Lord Dallas. I almost want to say Dallas, but it has an E on the end, not a Dalles. So now we're going to go to the west. So we're going to the west, which is going to be, I believe, Davi's sector and Toval's sector. So, yeah, so we go this way. You're going to want to turn into a Rue once you get into the next section. Oh, what are you doing? No, I don't want to go that way. I don't know what I'm doing right here. Okay. No idea what I was doing there. I guess I just want to check my items, make sure I had everything in order. But turn to a Rue here. And then that pink guard is going to ask you what the password is. And the password is Mika. And the guard is going to let us know that the sacrifices actually escaped to this section, and they're hiding in the subterranean canal, aka the sewer level. And I hate sewer levels with a passion. So what we're going to do, this is the area that leads to the sewers, but we're going to come back to there in a minute. We're going to get a couple, well, 3 items, well, 2 items and some gold. So what we're going to do is we're going to go south, and you don't have to get this item that I'm about to get because it's just a road of fruit. But if you want to get every single item in the game, you can follow me around to get the road of fruit. If not, you can just skip around, I guess, a couple minutes, or you can just keep listening to my wonderful voice. But the road of fruit is in this building. It's on the bottom left, but you have to exit the building on the second, enter the building from the 2nd floor and exit on the 1st floor. So that door is locked. We can't go in there. We need the palace key for that. And then we go down here, go down there. Not the right exit. So we're gonna take out these green demons, axes, and then get those little centaur monsters out of the way. Alomod. So we're gonna take out these Alomods. Dead end. So we can't go that way. We're gonna backtrack a little bit. Man, I love the guitar in this track. Okay, so try this again. So we're gonna go into this door. We can't go because that's a locked door. And that door, even though it's locked, doesn't have any treasure, but it has a giant hint on where to get the treasure that would have been in that room. Well, that'll be the next part. So go back around, take out that Alamon, go up here, go left, go to that door. Follow it left, don't go that way. No, Phil, what are you doing? That's the way we went. Maybe I'll get through my thick skull and decide to backtrack the correct way. So yeah, so sorry about the little bit of repeat. So we gotta go back out, go left, there you go. This is the way we go down. So go down this way, go down, exit left, and all this hard work just for one solitary road of fruit. Which, of course, you don't have to get, but if you want it, you can get it. Keep going, go in that door, go left, exit, down, dead end, exit, downfill. Thank you. All that for just a road of fruit that we can't pick up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spam a little bit of fire magic so I can get it. So it's there if you want it. If not, then you can just skip ahead. You would have already skipped ahead, I guess. But if you're still here, awesome, thank you. That's our road of fruit. And then when I go in the door, I'm going to go ahead and heal, I think, and jump cut that heal. Right? Yes? Maybe? Yes? Yes? Jump cut? Yeah, jump cut. Awesome. So now what we want to do is we're going to exit, and we're going to go to the east of this area. And there'll be a lone solitary building, and that'll have, I think, a chest that has 3,000 gold, which honestly now we don't really need gold and access, except for one last item, which by the time we get to where we need it, we'll have more than enough gold. So if you want to get this chest, it's 3,000 gold. I do recommend you go ahead and get it anyways. So I kind of sound like I'm contradicting myself, but you know, it's there, it's free, you just grab it. So we're going to go down here and kill this monster, and you're going to see me jump cut again because I got lost for like another 2 minutes. So jump cut, we're going to go east to this building right here. We're going to enter it, and then we'll get a chest with 3,000 gold, right? Yes, 3,000 gold. And now we're going to get one last item before we go into try to tackle the suit. You know, I said the word try. We're going to be stopped by a certain person. So we're going to go north, and then we're going to get to a staircase. Not that stair. Yeah, that staircase that I just passed. We're going to go through this, go up that staircase and go east. And we're going to follow it. And then we're going to kill these Alabons again. And we're going to go north. To Northville. Go down the staircase. And what you want to do is not enter this building. You want to go to the right, and there's a staircase that goes up to the second floor, which is going to lead us to that very important item. And this very important item, I think the way you learn about it, if I remember right, well, for one thing, the plot has to happen, and then you to learn about this item. But the item's invisible at first, and if you notice, we're in Dabby's sector. Dabby's magic is light magic, and I believe Hadit tells you through the Lilia shell that you have to use light magic to reveal it. So we need to go east, and we're going to go in this building. And it's going to be a very quiet room that Adol makes a comment about. There's a solemn atmosphere throughout the room. And so what you notice, there's a pedestal there, but there's nothing there. But if you use the light magic, which I believe is Dabby's magic, you get the sacred cup. That's a very plot important item, and it saves a little bit of backtracking. You know, backtracking sucks, and we don't want to do that. Because ain't no one got time for that. So we're going to go ahead now, and we're going to start going to the sewer section. And we're going to be almost done with this part in about 3 minutes. So we're going to go here, kill some more demons, and then we're going to kill that last Alamon. But I agree with you. Is his name Marilyn? But I agree with him. This shrine's way too big, and you get lost very easily. Especially your first time through here. And even then, after practicing it, I still got lost a little bit. So go in this building, and we're going to be introduced formally to evil villain number 2, which his name is Dallas. I want to say Dallas, but I know it's not Dallas. This is as far as you go at all, Kristen. Opposing us would be a foolish error. I suggest you leave quickly. Okay. I'm just joking. Whatever you do, do not run into Dali, because you will take damage, and a lot of damage. And if we try to avoid him, he gets pissed that we decide to spit on his goodwill. And he changes us into a black roux. And as this roux, we can actually attack, but we can also be attacked. So we need to figure out a way to break this curse. If you try to go through the subterranean canal, I think when you do find the hostages, the sacrifices, they won't let you in the room because they think you're a monster, I believe. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Ramia Village, and we already have all the items to heal Adol. So if you talk to Grotto, he thinks that we're wearing a costume, but we're really not. We're cursed. So we need to break this curse. So we're going to go to Reg. Since he's a scholar, maybe he knows how to break it. And it's like, what would a demon want with an old fool like me? And Adol explains what happens, and Reg thinks it knows it's he understands it's a curse, and Adol explains what happened, and Reg's like, oh, that was a powerful wizard. So we need to find the sacred cup, which we already did, and if we fill it with a certain kind of water, it becomes blessed, it becomes holy water. So he's just explaining where that cup would have been, but we already got it, so we don't need that. So I was like, oh, you have it already. All right, we can get you back here, and we can get you back in no time. And I was like, yay! Reg took the sacred cup in his hands and examined it. It really is a secret cup. Oh, sorry. You wanted the holy water, right? So he takes us down here, and he's going to fill the sacred cup up, and he's going to let us drink it, and we're going to be fixed hunky-dory. So mix 1 part reg special well water with 1 special sacred cup, and we get holy water. And as simple as the sprite work is here, I actually like that. As simple as it is, they actually took the time to show the water dripping out of the pail, which doesn't seem like it's very, 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 very important, but attention to detail. I really like the attention to detail in sprite work. So we drink from the cup, and then Adol levels up. Well, not really levels up, but he heals. We get fully healed, and then we're good to go. We're ready to go save us some sacrifices. So, you're a sight for sore eyes, boy. Although certainly the dark roof form was not without its perks. No, I don't want to be a roof. So we're going to go ahead and exit. We're going to get to the gate, and we're going to call that a part. So, we'll catch you next part, guys. Later, peace.